Right, if I click schedule here, this will run on a schedule. At the bottom left, we see this schedule, which is currently off because we have been pressing run once to manually run this process. You can turn scheduling on, and then you have this scheduling set in here. You can set this to run at regular intervals, once a day, certain days of the week, and so on. You can also add in advanced scheduling so it only runs from certain times and on certain days. Talking about operations again, every time this is run, it uses an operation. When we're watching a private Slack channel like this, on a schedule, it's referred to as polling. We're polling Slack and constantly pinging them to check are there any recent messages. Every time you do that, it uses one operation. So if you have this run every 15 minutes, then that could use thousands of operations per month if my math is correct. On the free plan, the minimum interval between scheduled scenarios is 15 minutes. So that's the minimum you can do. Once you get to a paid plan, this can be up to once a minute. Now, if you're using that, you probably should use advanced scheduling so that you're only doing it certain times a day. Otherwise, you use a lot of operations. There are two different types of triggers within Make. The first is a polling trigger, which I've explained there, and the second is an instant trigger. In the instant trigger example, we would set up this scenario so that Slack would send this scenario, the message, whenever a Slack message is sent. When you do that for a new scenario, you'll see this instant option and it comes up immediately as data arrives. So if that's an option for the scenario you're working with, then you can set that to schedule and you'll only use one operation anytime that app sends Make a message. We'll be going through instant triggers for a bunch of different services later on, but I just thought I'd give you a high-level explanation of how it works and that you should try and use these whenever possible to save on operations. For the moment, we'll continue with manually running scenarios to explain all the concepts.